Street at the moment at a very sedate pace because it contains managers from the distilleries, none of whom are feeling terribly chipper by this time in festival week. It is led by our friends from the police. I say our friends in the hope that they'll remember I mentioned it afterwards. They are followed by our own Islay pipe band, award-winning pipe band, and they in turn are being followed by our guest of honour, Lord Robertson of Portellen. Lord Robertson is a distinguished, honourable and extremely courageous man. Distinguished because he is, honourable because he was an MP when it was still honourable to be so, and courageous because he is Lord Robertson of Portellen, but he chose to live north of the Lagan Bridge. Given those circumstances, he has his own bodyguard, made up from the distillery managers from Ardbeg, Bowmore, Bruichladdich, Bunnahabhain, Killeela, Kilchoman, Laphroaig and Lagavulin, and also members of their staffs. At this point, can we say thanks to the distilleries and to the staff members for all the hard work that they've done in putting together the parade tonight. Following the dignitaries, we have representatives of the fire service from Bowmore. The Bowmore firemen are retained firefighters. Following them, we have representatives of the accident and emergency services, the ambulance crews. Behind the ambulance, we have the lifeboat. You'll appreciate that living in this community, the lifeboat is very important to us and do wonderful work. And then we have the voluntary fire crew from Portellen. So passing round the corner at the moment, we have representatives from the distilleries, and also the local constabulary, both full-time and part-time. The Bowmore firefighters, as I say, Bowmore is a retained fire station, and then the ambulance crews. The ambulance being followed by representatives of the RNLI. As I say, being on an island, the lifeboat is very important to us and undertakes a tremendous amount of dangerous work, supported entirely by voluntary contributions. Talking of which, I can't believe we've got this number of people together and nobody's organised a raffle. Where have Islay traditions gone? Behind the lifeboat, we have Portellen firefighters, as I say, they are voluntary firefighters. Somebody asked me the difference between retained firefighters in Bowmore and voluntary firefighters in Portellen and Port Charlotte, and I can tell you definitively that the difference is the firefighters in Bowmore are retained and the other two are voluntary. Moving through after the firefighters from Portellen, we have representatives from the Coast Guard. Coast Guard, often seen as one of the unsung heroes of the emergency services. The lifeboat, who do tremendous work, get a lot of credit, but the Coast Guards tend to work away in the background and in very difficult and trying circumstances sometimes. Behind the Coast Guard, we have Port Charlotte voluntary firefighters. And following them, once again, the accident and emergency ambulance. Behind the second ambulance we have the firefighters from the airport. The airport fire service. Behind the airport firefighters and caught in the traffic jam, where are the police when you need them? Where are the police when you need them? Probably out enjoying themselves somewhere. We have representatives from Islay youth organisations, and I would ask them to give a wave as they go past. We have the Islay Boys Football Club, the Rainbows and Brownies, the Young Adventurers. Normally I would be marching with them, being a young adventurer myself. The Dolphins, and can I apologise for the animal activists who came across from Glasgow in the plane this morning, who misread the advance publicity when they saw that dolphins were being used in the parade. And they're followed by the Highland Dancers. And bringing up the rear, once again we have representatives of the police service. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress how indebted we in Islay are to all these people for the hard work and dedication which they show day in and day out in their job. I don't think there will be one island person here who hasn't been touched by the services offered. Sadly, in my case, it's usually my collar and the police. So that's it, folks. That's the parade of the emergency services and youth organisations. The focus of attention will now move into the square. And there's a right good Healy going to happen there, and I've got to be quick because the sound engineers want to move across and they're going to take my speakers away. So fight your way into the square, get yourself a good vantage point. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, and enjoy the rest of the time.